Well, hello everybody. This is Vicki Shamble from Keller Williams, Southern Tier and Finger Lakes. And I thought it'd be important to have a conversation about property revaluations. Now, the reason why I want to do this is I live in the community of Hector, and it was just announced that Reval was going to happen there, and they had a meeting to do explanations, and I don't think it really went very well. So I'm going to try to get this video. I've done it in the past, but I'm going to do it again right now. Although you have time before this reval will actually take place, I think it's really important to understand why it's happening. Okay, so a reval does not automatically mean your property taxes will increase by the same percentage of the new assessment. It simply updates assessed values to better reflect current market conditions. And here's what homeowners should do. So I want you to really think about this and do this. It's important for you because I go out, oftentimes I'll pull tax records, I'll meet with people that want to put their homes on the market and finding many mistakes. One that I just found is a homeowner had, for the years they've been in that house, been evaluated with 2 kitchens when they only have 1. So each one of the things on your tax assessment does have a value. So it's important for you to take this time to understand that particular value, whether it's a shed, a garage, a deck, a finished basement. It's all really important. So understanding why the reval is happening is right now in some of the townships that I looked at, our equalization rate is under 80%. That's set by the state of New York. When they get under 80%, the tax assessors are going to get some pressure to bring the values of all of the inventory. That's what every piece of real estate, whether it's commercial or whether it's residential, is called. It's their inventory. Okay, so keep that in mind. Many communities can go years without updating assessments. Town of Hector, I think the last time they updated was in 2022. And right now, their equalization rate sits at 73%. So that basically tells you how far undervalued the township is. So what you're going to do as a homeowner, you're going to review your tax data. And you can get that either from calling the local assessor, setting an appointment. You can pull it online. And what you want to do is you want to verify your square footage, your lot size, number of bedrooms and baths, your garage, whether you have a finished basement, and other features. Check for errors. There are errors on these reports, and if you want to make sure you're going to be fairly assessed when the reval comes, you need to make sure that you can get those corrected. So the next thing you're going to do is compare your home to similar properties. Look at the recent sales of homes similar to yours. If you live in a block of similar homes, you can go to look at the tax records for your whole block and find out if your homes have the same square footage, the same improvements, and you should be assessed the same. Understanding taxes depends on the tax rate. Every property in a municipality increases in value, the tax rate often decreases. So your tax bill depends on your assessed value, the tax levy, how money the municipalities need to raise. So here's what happens. The tax assessor does not set your taxes. They just give the townships the whole inventory value. And what's important for you as a homeowner is making sure that the school districts, your villages, your town and counties are all spending money appropriately. So what you want to do is watch those budgets, because this is how they're going to set the rate. You're going to get a notification that says your property may have gone up 30%. Let's just say going from 70 to 30 to 100 is 30%. And it doesn't mean your taxes are going to go up 30%. So what happens after the township does the assessment, what happens is they divide that assessment into the budgets, and that sets the mill rate. Unfortunately, when you get that piece of paper from the tax assessor, they haven't changed the mill rates yet. So you don't know what that mill rate is going to be. And the mill rates could be different in different communities. So let me go back to the town of Hector again, and let me use the school tax rate. So your school tax rate right now in the town of Hector is around $10 per thousand. And in Watkins Glen, it's about $7 per thousand. Now, why would that be different? Well, the reason why is when the state takes a look at the equalization rate, town of Watkins, in the village of Watkins Glen, town of Dix is the one that I checked. It is at 97%. of the equalization rate, and we're sitting at 73. That makes the math a little bit different. So understanding this is complicated, but I think the best thing for you to do at the very beginning of this is get your records, make sure that they are correct. It's very important that you do that. And if they're not correct, go visit with the tax assessor and have that corrected. It's easy to do. I've done it before for myself and some of my family members and some of my clients, is to sit there and say, guess what? We don't have a second kitchen in this house. And what is the value of that second kitchen? So make sure you do that. That's going to protect your value, and it'll probably make the assessment a lot easier, not only for you, but also for the tax assessor. It doesn't need to be a panic, and I hope that you don't panic when you get that notice in the mail. If you have any questions and you want to call me and ask me about other things that you should be doing, feel free to do that. I always take phone calls from my past clients, and I would be happy to have anybody that lives in our area, whether it's Township of Hector or Watkins Glen, someplace around. There's several names of towns. I could name them all, but what you really need to do is make sure the town that you're in, understand what the equalization rate is, find out what your property card looks like, and start there. There are ways that you can grieve your assessments. Those are complicated, and once that happens, that's another whole video for me, is to tell you how to do that and what your steps are. So there's a lot of detail online. You can start finding that out. But most important thing you can do right now is to make sure that you understand what your data on your tax card looks like. Until the next time, this is Vicki Shamel from Keller Williams Southern Tier and Finger Lakes, and wishing you all a great rest of the summer. Thank you for watching. Bye.